How's it going, everyone? I am Jinsula, and welcome to another Pokemon GO video. Alright, so it seems like Niantic messed up once again. For the past few days, a lot of players were looking forward to the 5 guaranteed lucky traits that they announced would be coming to Pokemon GO. However, there was a lot of confusion regarding how exactly this would work. Well, as it turns out, it wasn't working the way it was expected. I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, let's talk about this. So, recently Niantic announced that we would be getting 5 additional guaranteed lucky traits if we trade for or give a Pokemon that was from at least 2017. A lot of players were skeptical that this feature would work as intended. Much of the speculation suggested that most players would have counted more than 15 lucky traits by this point, as it's likely several trades for 2016 and 2017 Pokemon would have happened by now. They were also wondering if any Lucky Friends trades would count towards it as well, since those are also considered guaranteed lucky trades. People also predicted that Niantic wouldn't have launched the feature flawlessly given their track history. Well, as it turns out, players were not getting their guaranteed lucky trades once it was released. Either Niantic didn't remember to turn it on, or they didn't clearly communicate how this feature would work. Regardless, players have been extremely frustrated by this. A lot of players were hoping to utilize this feature almost immediately after it was supposedly getting added into the game, yet what they ended up with was 2017 Pokemon getting traded for practically nothing. The number of eligible Pokemon that would trigger this guaranteed lucky trade are severely limited, as not a lot of players who have been playing the game since 2017 are still active. Likewise, for anyone who is still around since 2017, they probably aren't holding on to too many Pokemon from that time. So yeah, this created plenty of negative discussions online regarding Niantic's incompetence. A lot of players felt screwed over because they didn't get the result that was expected when the cost was pretty high. I think a lot of this would have been mitigated if Niantic were just clear on how this feature would work. If players were ineligible for the 5 additional guaranteed lucky trades because they already did 15 of them, then they need to let those players know. I also think they should add some visual indicator that the result of the trade will, in fact, be a guaranteed shiny. Thus, players will know whether or not their 2017 Pokemon won't be wasted. Now, this is, of course, not the only stance that players in the Pokemon GO community had. There were some players out there who were fully expecting this, and were curbing their expectations from the beginning. These players seemed to be pushing back against this backlash, as they were seemingly aware that people would probably not be getting their 5 guaranteed lucky trades if they have been playing for a while. Personally, I don't know where I stand. This is because the 5 guaranteed lucky traits actually did work for me. I made 5 trades with Pokemon from 2017, and all 5 of them ended up lucky. So I can't say that I was one of the many players who didn't get the result as intended. Maybe by the time I did those trades, Niantic remembered to turn on this feature. Or there was some reason that we all cannot see why those players were not getting their guaranteed lucky trades. Regardless, I do think some communication regarding this feature should happen. Niantic is keeping their players in the dark, which is resulting in a lot of negativity building up. I think if they were to come out and clarify why these players are not getting their guaranteed lucky trades, then that would be a good look. If anything, it could just be a bug with the game, which they should communicate as well. But anyway, I would love to know your thoughts regarding all of this. Do you think Niantic really dropped the ball? Or do you think players are just overreacting and they should have expected this? Let me know where you stand down below in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.